Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar, and this is Big Discussions 76 Sports. First of all, please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel. Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to this channel since the Big Ten season has gotten underway, and since news broke that Kevin Warren and the Big Ten officials would permit an 8-game season. Michigan football is the rock upon which I've built this church. I'm sorry, that's not how the line goes from Avengers Age of Ultron. The line goes, upon this rock, I will build my church. And that rock for this channel is Michigan football. And I realize that that's the most popular topic here, though I was a basketball guy first. And so I will always have an interest in the NBA and basketball. And I'm working on a basketball book about life. But while we were hoping and praying that we would have some Big Ten football, I did shoot and upload a number of voiceover videos like this one regarding the NBA. And one of my most loyal subscribers, Gary, shout out to Gary, at one point Gary said, hey, you're probably not getting the viewership on these videos because many of us are boycotting the NBA. And when I asked Gary why, fortunately Gary was gracious enough to not unsubscribe. But when I asked him why he was boycotting the NBA, he said that we don't want to see the social justice messages, and we don't want those things shoved down our throats. So if you're new to the channel and you just subscribed, I hope me talking about this, reading this article doesn't run you away. I think something politics related caused me to lose a subscriber, but I gained about 150 more, so it all worked out in the end. But this article is entitled, and this is an older article, maybe by about 3 weeks. Someone in my Twitter network tweeted it this morning, and I thought it was worth capturing here as we move towards the Michigan State game. So this is entitled, as NBA Finals ratings tank, Commissioner says league will withdraw Black Lives Matter from jerseys and courts. And this was written by Scott McDonald on October 7th, 2020. And by the way, before I start reading this, as I was watching those NBA games, I did have to, look 2 and 3 times at the jerseys to see what the jersey said, because I'm used to seeing the names of the players on the backs of the jerseys and not social justice wording. So that did confuse me for a little bit as I was watching the games. The NBA spent a good portion of its COVID delayed season trying to figure out how to spread messages to combat social injustice when its game resumed. The league has allowed players to wear social justice sayings on their jerseys, and each court has Black Lives Matter painted on it. By the way, over on my original channel, I did capture Marcellus Wiley's reaction to Black Lives Matter Black Lives Matter altering the language on his website regarding what their actual mission is. So that was a big deal because Marcellus Wiley was outspoken about the NBA taking this pro-social justice stance and aligning itself with Black Lives Matter. In any case, now that its playoffs are about to wrap up and playoff ratings are now are at a 40-year low, the NBA commissioner said that social justice messages won't be prominently displayed when the 2021 season begins. Well, that's not a surprise. This is a business, and being a business, they want to make money to pay those hefty player salaries and also to pay for the WNBA. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver says the league will depend upon its teams and players to deliver those ongoing messages largely outside of the playing arena. Sounds suspiciously like the NFL. Silver said it's a conversation that will be held between the league and its players before the next season commences in a few months. I would say, in terms of the messages you see on the court and our jerseys, this was an extraordinary moment in time when we began these discussions with the players and what we all lived through this summer, Silver told ESPN's Rachel Nichols before Game 4 of the NBA Finals. My sense is there will be somewhat of a return to normalcy, that those messages will largely be left to be delivered off the floor. A 2020 Black Lives Matter movement ignited in the country after the May 25th death of George Floyd, who died while in custody of the Minneapolis Police Department. Prior to that, Breonna Taylor was shot to death in her Louisville, Kentucky home by local police. Nationwide protests sparked internal social justice movements within professional sports leagues from the NBA to NASCAR. The NBA allowed its players to wear social justice sayings at the top of their jersey backs where the player's name would typically be seen. So that was at least confusing for me to watch as I was watching the games. In addition, at the Disney World bubble, where games were being played in Orlando, Florida, there was Black Lives Matter painted onto each court. Meanwhile, the NBA ratings have plummeted during the league's restart and subsequent playoffs. Silver did not say it was a reason to pull the social justice messages directly from the players and its court, but did say the league would still back those messages. However, during the league's restart, players and teams began a boycott of its own games after the shooting of a black man named Jacob Blake, who was shot by police in Kenosha, Wisconsin. The NBA and the National Basketball Players Association today announced that in light of the Milwaukee Bucks' decision to not take the floor for Game 5 against the Orlando Magic. Today's 3 games, the Bucks versus the Magic, the Houston Rockets versus the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Portland Trail Blazers have been postponed. Game 5 of each series will be rescheduled, the league stated after the boycotts. That reportedly led to more people not watching the NBA games, and Silver responded to those potential viewers. I understand those people who are saying, I'm on your side, but I want to watch a basketball game, Silver said. The league's ratings were down 20% from last year, according to ESPN, but when the playoffs started, the ratings sank even lower. Then, when the NBA Finals tipped off, the ratings hit the bottom of the tank, the worst in league history. Following that up was even worse ratings for Game 2. This happened while the league's best player, LeBron James, was front and center in the finals. Ratings have continued to hit all-time lows as the NBA Finals near. The league struggles to keep up with Major League Baseball playoffs and NFL football games, and even some college games. The NBA's admission to removing social justice statements from basketball courts and players comes at a time when contracts need to be renewed between the league and its partners. So that's it. I just wanted to read that. I will shortly get back to Michigan football, but I thought that this was important to catch, especially since one of my subscribers pointed this out and pulled my coat on this as I was recording content on the NBA bubble in the absence of Michigan football and the Big Ten. If you have any opinions on this, please let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel. And as always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Take care, and I'll talk to you the next time. Bye-bye.